Why is that? Have you ever noticed that? Mm-hmm. No, it always comes down to the same old thing. When you see things are put in motion, proper place, or displacement period, you start to see people's reaction to it. And that energy don't seem to formulate like a lot of other people would expect it to. In other words, people who try to debate me with LeBron James lose. And lose badly because they have no knowledge of the game. All they have is statistics. And therefore, a debate doesn't even make sense. Because you want to debate, a lot of these guys want to debate Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe. The game is bigger than them. So here's the problem that you don't understand, people, is that if the game is bigger than the people that you're talking about, why in the world are you sitting here making excuses and talking about one individual? It's because you don't know this game. You know fandom. That's what you know. You don't know this game here. You're a fan. And it's okay. You're a fan. And it's okay to be a fan. But when you're delusional and you've met your match on what you're talking about when it comes to LeBron James, I can care less. Like somebody said, yeah, you don't know this play here. Can you draw up a horns play on a piece of paper? Can you draw a split action, this and that? I'm like, I'm quite sure I possibly can, but even if I couldn't, what that got to do with my knowledge of what took place? I'm like, I'm not going to know the exact NBA lingo. I'm not in the NBA. I know some of the things that they say. I know what the nail is. And that's what other people have been saying for years. Like, I know where people should be. I'm not going to know the language, but I know what should happen in said scenarios. So 9 times out of 10, I am right all the time. Everything I've told you about LeBron has been true. The LeBron James fans, they can't take it because they're caught into fandom. And this is where the NBA wants you. They don't want you to be smart. They want you to believe everything they feed you. They're like, what you finna feed him today? I'm going to feed him some bullshit about LeBron and how he scored the most points on a Tuesday night. Oh, sounds great. Keep it up. No problem. And that's how they're going to keep it moving. They don't care who don't like it. I'm aware of that. Everybody else is aware of it. So it's not a big deal. Now, here's where the problem comes in at. Everybody else is enamored with this, it's got to be perfect situation. It's like, really? Where you get that from? Who told you situations got to be perfect? And perfect for whom? I don't take LeBron James fans seriously, but some had serious questions. Like some of them are fans of LeBron, And they don't have this agenda. You know, you'll run into a couple of them. Like a lot of people, they say, hey, I picked LeBron because everybody else picked LeBron. Like, I really don't watch him that much. They haven't really watched since Jordan in 98. I mean, it's a lot of those people. They watched it sparingly. They watched some of the Kobe games. But other than that, since Jordan in 98, they've been out. They're in their 60s, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I told them first question that they asked me, they got over LeBron, but LeBron's got to be number 2. And I'm like, eh. And I was like, you got Jordan over LeBron for greatest player of all time, right? And you got LeBron number 2. Michael got 6 championships, and that's the reason why you got him over LeBron. And he was like, yeah. So make that make sense. And he's like, it makes sense. I still got Jordan over LeBron, but I think LeBron's number 2. You don't even have him ranked. I'm like, rank as far as stank, yeah. But no. Because if you got Michael Jordan number 1 on your list and you're basing it off championships, then Michael Jordan shouldn't be number 1 on your list. You should have Bill Russell or somebody on your list. But you didn't even mention Bill Russell. He got more championships than he got fingers. So it's not about championships then, right? Bill Russell is one of the greatest players ever played, but he's never mentioned in that category. And it's not about his championships. So you got Jordan ranked up there for a whole nother reason. But you keep believing it's championships. So what is the reason for you to have Jordan ranked up there at number 1? It's based on what he did and what you saw him do. And then you see LeBron James, even though he won 4, you put him at number 2. But why did you put LeBron at number 2 when you see him fail considerably? You never saw Jordan fail in the finals. You saw this guy fail about 5, 6 times in the finals. But why would you put him up there? It's because they keep selling it to you as a product. You know, they keep pushing it to your brain, imprints it. Do you know that your brain, if it sees a number consistently over and over and over again, that you would even play that number in a lottery or bring that number up in a conversation somewhere? Because it's been psychologically implanted in your brain all day long. And that's how they manipulate you with signs, logos, symbols. So the reason that people go around and say LeBron James, they imprint it in their brains. And if I say, well, LeBron James isn't, he said, well, why LeBron James isn't number 1? I said, well, how can you be number 1 if you are not a great scorer, which he's not, very tentative, came up short in tons of big moments in NBA finals, make an excuse every time for losing, got the most coaches fired and had the most help to win and still wasn't getting the job done. How can I put you the greatest player of all time? I mean, what is the criteria at that point? So when you put it that way and state it, then they say, oh, well, Michael Jordan ain't never did this. Michael Jordan ain't never did that. I said, who said Michael Jordan was number 1? And why when I said that about LeBron, you went to Michael Jordan? I'm not bringing up Michael Jordan. You are. So Michael Jordan's not even on my number 1 favorite players of all time. So You just made that assumption. And you went to try to tear down Michael Jordan instead of defending LeBron. Why can't you defend the case that I just made against LeBron? Because you can't. So you just got to go to tearing down Michael Jordan to try to bring him down to LeBron's level, which is never going to happen. Now, here's that scenario. He asked a very good question. I gave him a good answer, and he understood it. But then you got the get on your nerves LeBron fan. The get on your nerves LeBron fan I ran into last night. And the thing about the get on your nerve LeBron fans is they seem to have this inner belief that they are just perfect. Because LeBron is there, and LeBron's going to get another ring, and he's going to bring one to Philly, and Jordan, he never did that. And Jordan is Jordan that. Once again, they bring up Jordan. And Kobe couldn't do this, and that's why LeBron had to come and save the Lakers. I'm like, what did he save them from? I'm like, the team got sold twice. They never won a real championship. They won one in a bubble. And then they sold the team twice. All under his watch and what he's done to the organization. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, then they come with something else completely. Well, they got to keep moving the goalposts. Because LeBron keeps getting called out for all of the nonsense that he does. So when you see somebody get called out for it, and I'm like, he's always involved in controversy. He's got to control the media and everybody else. And it's like, look, dude, you can't deal with anything. It's pathetic. I never felt that way because what I feel is on a whole different level. When it comes to snakes in the grass, like LeBron and Russ, and how he dealt with that situation, he's always in some mess. And everybody knows it's just a matter of time before he turns on Embiid and VJ. It's just a matter of time. Mm-hmm. Well, in the Olympics against Spain, I saw Kobe Bryant step up and carry the team once again. And that's a winner. That's what a real greatest player of all time looks like. Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan, they have that instinct to destroy you, and you can't do anything about it. And when you see people like LeBron, they so simple and plain, they just come straight ahead. Well, team hopping, that's what did it, and when you look at team hopping, his excessiveness and trying to control and manipulate every situation instead of just ball up top. That'll hurt you too. Hmm. No, 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 that didn't bother me too much. No, he just say, no, y'all just rock with anything over LeBron. Y'all just hate LeBron. I'm like, you got to give me something to like. If you want me to like LeBron, give me something to like. What's there to like? I'll be like, tell me, what he done that I should like? Give me something to like. Because I'm not seeing it, bro. Yeah, this was yesterday, man. This was yesterday. So I'm like, dog, give me something. What am I supposed to be seeing here, dog? I was out in my business meeting. I'm handling business. I'm taking care of business. And all this yakety yak, don't come back BS arrives at my front door. Right, because when you tell them to talk about LeBron, they can't do anything but mention a stat. I don't have to mention a stat if I say Michael Jordan is the best. Even though he's not the best, he's one of them. So if I say, hey, Michael Jordan, if I'm sitting there, right, and I say, look, Michael Jordan is the greatest player to ever play the game. Well, no, but he's above LeBron, light years above LeBron. So if I'm saying he's the best, I could literally tell you what he is the best for and the reason. I don't have to say a stat. I don't have to say a game. I don't even really have to give you that. I could just say it. And that wouldn't even be challenged. I don't have to say 6 championships. Anybody who watched him play, there is no comparison whatsoever. LeBron can't do anything Michael Jordan can do. He couldn't do one of those moves. Jordan was finesse. LeBron was just power. No tact, stiff as a board. This is why Rodman was like, oh, this guard can't guard me. He can't defend me. That's easy. Because it's easy for him. You mean to tell me all I got to do is worry about him? This dude don't go left to right real fast. He comes down the straight line. I'm either going to stand there and take the charge, which he is, and he's not just going to run through me. LeBron would have to think he's going to beat me to the spots, and Rodman was way more athletic than LeBron James and stronger. Yeah. Wilt can be the GOAT. I mean, because all Wilt stats is crazy. The only thing that holds Wilt back was Wilt. Wilt just didn't care about it that much. But Wilt could do what he wanted to do on there. But this is what we talk about greatness from artificial and manufactured. You're always trying to find that loophole that you're trying to fix. They're trying to manufacture what was already there. Like Kobe is the insequential copy or duplication of Michael Jordan with his own twist. Like I don't see a lot of MJ when I see Michael. I see some traits of MJ, but he was mostly 96, 97, 98 Michael. Kobe was not like that. Like he was more that balanced game that Mike had. He wasn't like Air Jordan, Michael Jordan. Nah, he wasn't that Mike. Man, most of them people don't even know Will slept with 10,000 women. Oh no. That's why the stats can't tell you if somebody went out of the game, they got hurt. These stats just they mislead you. No. LeBron was D'd up and shut down by a two-way player off the streets who was driving a UPS delivery truck. And the Denver Nuggets picked him up to fill a roster spot. He came in and played and shut LeBron down. You think that's going to happen with Michael Jordan? I never felt that way about any of it, to be. Yeah, we saw what happened. Dude slapped the floor on his ass. Man, he slapped the floor on Bron. Like, man, F that. Oh, shit. That's water. I thought the cup was empty. Oh, what the hell? All right, Jared Vanderbilt, KCP. This is all LeBron boys. Yeah, well, who says that LeBron is better than Jokic? Nobody I know. That's how it's played. Mm. Yeah, pretty much. But oh man, you gonna be it's all here. More flopping, more BS, more all of it. Yep. LeBron would not have made it through the Pistons era. Mentally, he wouldn't be able to take that. Yeah. Well, that's how it goes, man. One day you're on top, the next day they want you out the way. That's just how it is. Oh, Rob Parker is the best. I don't really get into a full on engagement with these LeBron fans. I let other people do it because it's to me, it's a moot point. I'm not gonna convince you. You gonna jerk this dude off no matter what I say. I can tell you, the dude had crack steroids in his arm while he did it. You won't care. Ain't nobody stop him though. No investigation. It's fake news. Mm. I mean, look, at that point, people knew what time it was. When he went to another team and didn't join Steph, I understood it. Sleepy time Gates from the D. Oh yeah, it's where it's gonna matter at when it's all said and done, Detroit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, wore out, man. You know, you could only do so much.
With his partner in crime in Draymond, I think he's just locked in too much to actually ask for a trade. I think he wants a better team. I think he wants to compete. I think that's the nature in him, the innate nature in him to compete and want to win. But I don't think he wants to go anywhere. Last point, I think he doesn't want, as you mentioned, what LeBron had. I don't think he wants to hear. Steph only got his fifth because he joined the fill in the blank. He went to the Timberwolves. He went to the Spurs. He went to the Thunder. I don't think he wants to hear that. I think he does take pride in that. Those guys came to me. KD came to me. LeBron almost came to me. I think he takes pride in that as well.
All right. I think it's a no-brainer. 877-99 on Fox. Maybe you think differently. Maybe you believe that the Warriors owe Steph a chance at winning every year that he plays because he's that kind of talent. Do you want him hopping around teams trying to find a place? Or do you like that he's going to wear only one uniform? Ain't too many players who do that, and I think it's pretty special when they do. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. We want to hear from you. Steph Curry, should he be the anti-LeBron and just stay home, continue to play there in Golden State, or should he be looking for somewhere else to land? We want to hear from you. Remember, this is The Odd Couple. We're a radio show, for Christ's sake.
Dang, why Jesus got to get into
Sorry about that. I'm just worked up.
He's in there minding his own business.
In Olympia, Washington, you're on The Odd Couple.
Where you been, Emmett?
Fox Sports Radio. What's up, buddy?
Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington. How you guys doing today? Been good, man. Just been doing my thing, man. I want to say to Alex, I mean, those Suns out, guns out Mondays, they may not be as much of a thing anymore with Mary leaving, but I digress. I'll get to my point.
I'm sorry, Mary, who?
No, don't do that.
Never heard of
Never heard of it.
But the thing with Curry for me is it's so rare to see a player be a one-and-done guy in the NBA now, meaning that they stay with one team. And your former teammate, Kevin Durant, has been one of the number one criticisms of this, obviously alongside LeBron James. So if I had control of what Steph Curry did, or if I was Steph Curry, I am staying in Golden State because to me, my legacy would be greatly affected if I stay in one team in a great way, because you don't see that too often. I get that the Warriors have been, over the last year, maybe a disaster, and, people are mad at the Jimmy Butler trade. Say what you want to say about that. But I think at this point, like, the media is so kind of held up on this whole ring chasing thing, that if he were to go somewhere else, people are going to look at him differently. Because let's be real, there already is some people who look at him a little bit sideways because, well, 2 out of your 4 rings, you had to get a super team with Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant won 2017 and 2018.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
Finals MVPs.
I
No
gotta
doubt.
stay.
Yep.
I gotta stay if I'm Curry.
Good
doubt.
point.
Good point.
Delusional guy.
You remember that, Jamel?
Oh, I do. Rob got me cussed out for a whole day. And the thing is, what's so ridiculous in hindsight, and I don't know how often you think about this, Rob, is like you wrote what was the most obvious thing in the world. Mars Shot is a racist and doesn't belong in baseball, which everybody knew, right? Like, and then you're talking about writing that in a city like Detroit that is majority black. Why would that ever be a controversial opinion?
And God knows it was.
Well, I mean, there are the suburbs.
Yes.
You know, that's a story for another day.
Yes. All right.
Jamel, you of course, you got a lot going on. We'll get to some of the stuff you have in just a minute. I did want to start with the obvious, and that is LeBron. Just your initial reaction when he not only, decides to dip out on the Lakers, where, of course, you live out here now in L.A., but then specifically goes to Philly. What were your thoughts?
So I have to say, I thought Golden State was the leader in the clubhouse. And the reason I did was because it was, to me, the balance of personal and professional. As y'all know, living in L.A., gate to gate, San Francisco, not that LeBron is going to be out there flying Delta, but it's an hour and a half tops, probably less than that. We know he loves living in L.A. We know his business is centered in L.A. And so it just felt like, with his relationship with Draymond Green, Steph Curry, being able to play your last 2 years with your friends in a city that is, a great city also in California, and because he's newly into golf.
Right.
The Bay Area has some great golf. So I was thinking this probably makes a lot of sense personally and professionally. But in terms of just best purely basketball fit, I thought it was either Philly or Miami. And, clearly in Philly, excuse me,
Jamel, my baby, listen, let me tell you something. His ass was not going back to Miami. Nothing would say he was going back to Miami. Completely not going. If people want to say put him over there, then I can see it. But other than that, I don't see any reason for them to be in contest with anybody that's going around taking spotlight and attention, and the Knicks is still the team to beat and all that. Nobody's buying that. I'm just not about longevity stats. LeBron has 40,000 points, 11,000 rebounds, and 11,000 assists. Who else has done that? Who else has played 25 years to do it? He's not even the all-time leader in rebounds and assists, and he's played 25 years. Let that sink in. He should be number one across the board because he didn't play for 25 years. Look at LeBron right now. Let's take a good look at this. Isaiah's 10 at 9,000. Isaiah used to be way up at the top because, now we got Jason Kidd, Chris Paul came, Nash came, Mark Jackson ended up passing him, and then Magic and Oscar Robertson. Magic was number one for a while, then Stockton passed him up because he passed Oscar Robertson, who had the lead. Then Isaiah was behind him. But now, other players come in and they pass you up. Magic and Isaiah played, 13 years? He played 13 seasons in the league. Magic played like 11 years, period. It was already number 10,000 in assists. Oscar Robertson, 9,000 already. LeBron has played 25 years. Well, it's going to be 25 coming up. And he just at 11,000. He just passed Nash, who didn't play that long. Chris Paul played 20 years, and he's got almost 890 more assists than LeBron. And his career just ended. Stockton's at 15,806. J Kidd's at 12,000. 091. Yeah, man. I mean, this is what it's about, man. Y'all want to look at these statistics. That's why I don't get caught up in longevity stats. Longevity stats don't do it for me, bro. I gotta have some substance. I want the whole meat and potatoes. You don't talk about you gonna give me a steak and I got some Salisbury steak. No, I don't want Salisbury. I don't do Salisbury. I want a porterhouse, goddammit. Give me no damn Salisbury steak. He's like, all right, it's easier to play 20 plus years when you don't play any defense. All right, he's not guarding the best player on the other side. I know. Oh, damn girl I was eating. I mean, dating, not eating. Shit. No, I'm sleepy. The girl that I was dating, she was a plant-based eater. Oh my God. We were not gonna make it. I'm like, okay, I ate this. This the appetizer, right? No, that's dinner. Oh no, we leaving. Because I gotta have a steak. A steak? How could you eat an animal? Very easy. If it's cooked, I'm gonna show you when I put this A1 sauce on that goddamn steak. I knew we weren't gonna make it. She was fine too. Oh my God. But all this plant-based crap. I called her Earth Girl. Hey, Earth Girl. Still want to chew on some grass? And I'm like this. I didn't try to make you a steak eater. If you don't want to eat steak, don't eat steak. But I'm going to eat a steak. And you telling me what's going to happen to me for eating a steak. Like, if you eat that steak, this going to happen. I'm like, what's going to happen? All this, it gets stuck in there. I'm like, well, I'm thinking this grass, this squash or whatever I'm eating on and chewing on, this might get stuck in there. Whatever this purple tree thing I'm eating. Now here I am. You give it a try. You might like it. I'm like, it ain't that nasty. I put some vegetable oil on it and made it work. But I'm still hungry. I'm finna go in there and get me a steak, a porterhouse with some A1 sauce on top of it. I'm sorry. That's how I roll. She's right about the red meat. Well, hey, I just don't eat no green meat. That's all I'm saying. She talking about red meat. I'm worried about green meat. Look, we all gotta go. One day I'm gonna be gone. You gonna be gone. We all gonna be gone. All right, and we'll be replaced by a whole new generation. I don't want to leave here saying I ate grass and plants my whole life. No. I ate a T-bone. I had a rib bone. I'm going to have me a steak. Sorry. Right, I'm over here eating Groot. My name is Groot. I'll be like, Groot gonna be under some vegetable oil and a fire. You just ate Groot. Oh, she talking about. I'm like, well, you talking about you can't eat anything that got eyes and a mouth. I'm like, so it's not alive, right? So a plant is not alive. Plant don't have a life. Plant can't die. Plants die. So if it dies, that means it has a life. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Who told you we can't eat red meat? Maybe you can't eat red meat. Nah, man, it's a whole different world out here. Man, I don't care about none of that. They're gonna be 86 and out of here, bro. That's what's up. Anyway, I'm about to get up out of here and get some more work done for the Patreon. And we gonna roll. So holla. Holla, 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 holla.